keep it this way. Slightly. Diagonal. Diagonal. Turn it to your left, bit more. Bit more to your left. Yes.
श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। गणानां त्वा
गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तवं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्र्यवतु। गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्।
ॐ योपां पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति। चन्द्रमा वा अपां पुष्पं पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति। य एवं वेद योपामायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति। अग्निर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति। योऽग्निरायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति। आपो वा अग्निरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति। य एवं वेद योपामायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति। वायुर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति। यो वायोरायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति। आपो वै वायोरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति। य एवं वेद योपामायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति। असौ वै तपन्नपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति। यो मुष्यतपत आयतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति। आपो वा अमुष्यतपत आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति। य एवं वेद योपामायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति। चन्द्रमा वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति। यश्चन्द्रमस आयतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति। आपो वै चन्द्रमस आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति। य एवं वेद योपामायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति। नक्षत्राणि वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति। यो नक्षत्राणामायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति। आपो वै नक्षत्राणामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति। य एवं वेद योपामायतनौ वेद
आयतनवान् भवति पर्जन्यो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः पर्जन्यस्यायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै पर्जन्यस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति संवत्सरो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः संवत्सरस्यायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै संवत्सरस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योऽप्सुनावं प्रतिष्ठितां वेद प्रत्येव तिष्ठति राजाधिराजाय प्रसय्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामां कामकामाय मह्यम् कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भाव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सभम गुरु प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच नमो तस्सा भगवतो
अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बिस्मिल्लाह अर्रहमान अर्रहीम बिस्मिल्लाह अर्रहमान अर्रहीम बिस्मिल्लाह अर्रहमान अर्रहीम ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह
जय लंबोदरा पाहि मां
जय लंबोदरा पाहि मां
जय लंबोदरा पाहि मां
जगदम्बा सुता रक्ष मां
जगदम्बा सुता रक्ष
जगदम्बा सुता रक्ष
हे करुणानिधे पाहि मां हे करुणानिधे पाहि मां
श्री गणनाथ संरक्ष मां
श्री गणनाथ संरक्ष मां
श्री गणनाथ संरक्ष मां
श्री गणनाथ संरक्ष मां
निज भक्ति मुदं देहि मां
निज भक्ति मुदं देहि मां
निज भक्ति मुदं देहि मां जय लंबोदरा पाहि मां
जय लंबोदरा पाहि मां
जगदम्बा सुता रक्ष मां
जगदम्बा सुता रक्ष मां
जय लंबोदरा पाहि मां
जय लंबोदरा पाहि मां
शरणागत रक्ष मां
शरणागत रक्ष मां
करुणानिधे पाहि मां
हे करुणानिधे पाहि मां
श्री गणनाथ संरक्ष मां
श्री गणनाथ संरक्ष मां
निज भक्ति मुदं देहि मां
निज भक्ति मुदं देहि मां
निज भक्ति
सर झुका दिया भगवान तुम्हारे चरणों में।
अपना सर झुका दिया साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हमने अपना सर झुका दिया भगवान तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हमने अपना सर झुका दिया साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
भगवान तुम्हारे चरणों में साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
भगवान तुम्हारे चरणों में साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
भगवान तुम्हारे चरणों में साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
भगवान तुम्हारे चरणों में साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हमने अपना सर झुका दिया भगवान तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हमने अपना सर झुका दिया साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हम में तुम में यही अंतर है, हम नर है तुम नारायण हो।
हम में तुम में यही अंतर है, हम नर हैं तुम नारायण हो।
हम में तुम में यही अंतर है, हम नर है तुम नारायण हो।
हम में तुम में यही अंतर है, हम नर हैं तुम नारायण हो।
हम हैं संसार के हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हम हैं संसार के हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हम हैं संसार के हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हम हैं संसार के हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हमने अपना सर झुका दिया भगवान तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हमने अपना सर झुका दिया साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
भगवान तुम्हारे चरणों में साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
भगवान तुम्हारे चरणों में साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हमने अपना सर झुका दिया भगवान तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हमने अपना सर झुका दिया साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हम में तुम में यही अंतर है, हम नर है तुम नारायण हो।
हम में तुम में यही अंतर है, हम नर हैं तुम नारायण हो।
हम हैं संसार के हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हम हैं संसार के हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हम हैं संसार के हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे चरणों में।
हम हैं संसार के हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे चरणों में। सर झुका दिया साईं राम तुम्हारे चरणों में।
जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती
जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती
जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती
जय देवी दुर्गा गौरी शंकरी पार्वती साईनाथ भगवान।
दीन दया कर करुणामूर्ति कलयुग अवतार साई भगवान।
दीन दया कर करुणामूर्ति कलियुग अवतार साई भगवान।
दीन दया कर करुणामूर्ति कलयुग अवतार साई भगवान।
दीन दया कर करुणामूर्ति कलियुग अवतार साई भगवान।
अल्लाह साई बुद्ध ज़ोराष्ट्र यीशु ख्रिस्त 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 भगवान।
उद्धार करो प्रभु पार्थिपुरी भगवान।
दान करो प्रभु पार्थिपुरी भगवान।
हरे राम 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 धन श्याम 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 हे साईनाथ भगवान।
हरे राम 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 जन श्याम 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 हे साईनाथ भगवान।
दीन दया कर करुणामूर्ति कलयुग अवतार साई भगवान।
दीन दया कर करुणामूर्ति कलियुग अवतार साई भगवान।
अल्लाह साई बुद्ध ज़ोराष्ट्र यीशु ख्रिस्त 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 भगवान।
सत्य साई नाम बोलो।
साई नाम बोलो, सत्य साई नाम बोलो।
साई नाम बोलो सत्य साई नाम बोलो।
साई नाम बोलो, सत्य साई नाम बोलो।
साई माधवा साई केशवा श्री हरि 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 नाम बोलो।
अल्लाह ईश्वर ईशान साई।
अल्लाह ईश्वर ईशान साई।
अल्लाह ईश्वर ईशान साई।
अल्लाह ईश्वर ईशान साई।
बुद्ध महावीर नाम। बुद्ध महावीर नाम। बुद्ध महावीर नाम। बुद्ध
श्याम मणा साई श्याम मणा
ईश मणा सर्वेश मणा परतीश मणा साईश मणा
ईश मणा सर्वेश मणा परतीश मणा साईश मणा
हरि मणा तुहि गोविंद मणा गोपाल मणा
हरि मणा तुहि गोविंद मणा तुहि गोपाल मणा
गोविंद गोपाल हरि नारायणा
गोविंद गोपाल हरि नारायणा
श्याम मणा श्याम मणा श्याम मणा साई श्याम मणा
श्याम मणा राधा श्याम मणा राधा श्याम मणा साई श्याम मणा
ईश मणा सर्वेश मणा परतीश मणा साईश मणा
ईश मणा सर्वेश मणा परतीश मणा साईश मणा
गोविंद गोपाल हरि नारायणा
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 साई गोविंद गोपाल हरि नारायणा
साई गोविंद गोपाल हरि नारायणा मणा तुहि गोविंद मणा
नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर
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 हर हर शंकर महादेवा
हर शंकर महादेवा
हर हर शंकर महादेवा
हर शंकर महादेवा
हर 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 महादेवा
महादेवा
हर 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 महादेवा
महादेवा
शिव 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 सदा शिवा
शिव 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 सदा शिवा
ओ शिव 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 सदा शिवा
शिव 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 सदा शिवा
महादेवा सदा शिवा
महादेवा सदा शिवा
सदा शिवा महादेवा
सदा शिवा महादेवा
नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर
नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर
हर हर शंकर महादेवा
हर हर शंकर महादेवा
हर 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 महादेवा
हर 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 महादेवा
शिव 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 सदा शिवा
शिव 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 सदा शिवा
महादेवा सदा शिवा
महादेवा सदा शिवा
सदा शिवा महादेवा
सदा शिवा
शिव सदा शिवा
शिव 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 सदा शिवा
महादेवा सदा शिवा
महादेवा सदा शिवा
सदा शिवा महादेवा
सदा शिवा महादेवा
नमः
पार्वती पतये हर हर श्याम सुंदरा मदन गोपाल सच्चिदानंद साई गोपाला नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण भजो रे नारायण हरि नारायण भजो रे नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण भजो रे नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण भजो रे नारायण हरि नारायण साई नारायण भजो रे नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण भजो रे नारायण हरि नारायण साई नारायण भजो रे नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण भजो रे श्याम सुंदरा मदन गोपाल
श्याम सुंदरा मदन गोपाल
सच्चिदानंद साई गोपाल
सच्चिदानंद साई गोपाल
श्याम सुंदरा मदन गोपाल
श्याम सुंदरा मदन गोपाल
सच्चिदानंद साई गोपाल
सच्चिदानंद साई गोपाल
गोपालना गोपी गोपालना गोपी गोपालना भजो रे
गोपी गोपालना गोपी गोपालना भजो रे
गोपालना गोपी गोपालना गोपी गोपालना भजो रे
गोपालना गोपी गोपालना गोपी गोपालना भजो रे
नारायण हरि नारायण साई नारायण भजो रे
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण भजो रे
नारायण हरि नारायण साई नारायण भजो रे
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण
भजो रे
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण भजो रे
श्याम सुंदरा मदन गोपाला
सुंदरा मदन गोपाला
सच्चिदानंद साई गोपाला
सच्चिदानंद साई गोपाला
गोपालना गोपी गोपालना गोपी गोपालना भजो रे
गोपालना गोपी गोपालना गोपी गोपालना भजो रे
नारायण हरि नारायण साई नारायण भजो रे
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण भजो रे
नारायण भजो रे
नारायण भजो रे
हरि 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 नारायण भजो रे
साई नारायण भजो रे
हरि 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 नारायण भजो रे
साई नारायण भजो रे
हरि नारायण भजो रे
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण भजो रे
దైవం మానుష రూపేణ వేదము భగవంతుని విరాట్ రూపుడు అని ప్రకటిస్తూ వచ్చింది.
God in the form of man. The Veda says, Veda proclaims God as the cosmic one.
ఆగమములు విరాటుడు పురుష స్వరూపుడు అని నిర్ణయిస్తూ వచ్చింది.
The Veda further tells you that God is what could be called in these three different ways: Agama, Virata, and Purusha.
పురుష సూక్తము సహస్రశీర్ష పురుష సహస్రాక్ష సహస్రపా. ఈ అనేక శిరస్సులతో అనేక నేత్రములతో అనేక హస్తములతో కూడినటువంటి పురుషాకారుడు భగవంతుడు అని నిర్ణయించింది.
The Purusha Sutta, for instance, identifies God as that being who shows himself up in the myriad forms, in the myriad heads, faces, ears, hands, and such other limbs that you associate with an ordinary being.
देहो देवालयोक्तो जीवो देव सनातन ఈ పురుషులకు దేహమే దేవాలయము కనుక దైవం మానుష రూపేణ ఈ మనుష్యాకారమంతా దైవమునకు ఒక మందిరము అని నిర్ణయించింది.
It further goes on to establish that the body of the being is verily the temple of God and it's a vehicle in which God resides.
మానుష జన్మం అతి దుర్లభం అనేటువంటి సూక్తిని కూడా భగవద్గీత నిర్ణయం చేసింది.
The Bhagavad Gita also tells us that the life of a human being is extremely difficult to acquire.
దుర్లభో మనుషో దేహ, ఇలాంటి మనుష్య దేహము చాలా దుర్లభమైనటువంటిదని, విశిష్టమైనటువంటిదని, ఉన్నతమైనటువంటిదని, పవిత్రమైనటువంటిదని కూడాను దీనిని విశ్వసించడం వచ్చింది.
It also tells us that to be born as a human being is itself a unique event, one which is high and sacred and extremely difficult to get.
మానవత్వం ఉన్నతమైనటువంటి యొక్క దివ్యత్వంకు కూడినటువంటిది కనుకనే దీనికి అనేక విధములైనటువంటి యొక్క నిబంధనలు, నియమములు, దీనికి కొన్ని బాధ్యతలు కూడాను కలిగి ఉంటారని కూడాను శాసించింది.
It further lays down that because this life is so precious and so unique, a few rules, a few codes of conduct have to be followed by every person.
అధికారి ఎంత ఉన్నత స్థాయి ఎందు ఉండునో దానికి తగినట్టుగా బాధ్యతలు కూడాను అంత ఉన్నత స్థాయిని కూడి ఉంటాయి.
A person in a certain responsible position certainly has to shoulder duties which are highly responsible to discharge.
ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్, ప్రెసిడెంట్ ఇలాంటి ఉన్నత ఉద్యోగులు ఉన్నత స్థాయి ఎందు ఉండటం చేత వారి బాధ్యతలు, వారి నియమములు కూడా అంత ఉన్నత స్థాయి ఎందే ఉంటుంటాయి.
For instance, the Prime Minister or the President, because of the high positions they occupy, would necessarily have to fall in tune with discharging their responsibilities in a compatible way.
అదే విధముగానే మానవత్వము ఉన్నత స్థాయికి చేరినటువంటిది కనుక, ఉత్కృష్టమైనటువంటి స్థితిని కలిగినటువంటిది కనుక, దివ్యమైనటువంటి యొక్క జీవితమైనటువంటిది కనుక దీనికి ఉన్నతమైన, ఉత్కృష్టమైన, పవిత్రమైన కొన్ని నియమములు కూడా కలిగి ఉంటుండాలి.
In the same manner, because a life of an individual is so difficult to get, is so unique, so high and so sacred, the responsibilities which follow in the wake of such a life are also enormous and lofty.
అయితే ఇట్టి బాధ్యతలను, ఇట్టి నియమములను గుర్తించి వర్తించేటువంటి మానవత్వం అతి దుర్లభం.
But then such beings who are cognizant of the fact that they have to fall in tune with a certain regimentation, the number of such individuals is rather difficult to come across.
ఈ బాధ్యతలను గుర్తించి వర్తించినటువంటి మానవత్వమే దివ్యత్వమునకు, దైవత్వమునకు సన్నిహితమైనటువంటి సంబంధమని కూడాను నిరూపిస్తూ వచ్చింది భగవద్గీత.
The Bhagavad Gita further tells us that a life which follows such dictates and such regimentation will certainly become one with the divine, and one will sanctify itself.
असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमया. शांति 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 ॐ तत्सत् श्रीनारायण तु
पुरुषोत्तम गुरुतु शीघ्रबोधतु सन्तविनायक सविता पावकतु सविता पावकतु ब्रह्ममस्तु यवशक्तितु विष्णुपिता प्रभुतु रुद्रविष्णु रामकृष्णतु रहीमतावतु रहीमतावतु वासुदेवगो विश्वरूपतु चिदानन्दहरितु अद्वितीयतु अकालनिर्भय आत्मलिङ्ग शिवतु आत्मलिङ्ग शिवतु आत्मलिङ्ग शिवतु
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य
साई हरे
भक्तजना संरक्षक भक्तजना संरक्षक पति महेश्वर ॐ जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते
आश्रित कल्पलतिका
आश्रित कल्पलतिका अपधानरा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे मातपिता गुरुदैवमु मर्यन्तयुनीवे स्वामी मर्यन्तयुनीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्राशयना ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकाररूप ओजस्वी ओ साई महादेव सत्य साई महादेवा मंगलहारति अंधुको मंगलहारति अंधुको मंगलगिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम सत्य नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
परम पवित्र बाबा विभूति परम विचित्रं लीला विभूति परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्ष प्रदानं बाबा विभूति इदमाश्रयामि बाबा विभूति इदमाश्रयामि sacred holy and supreme is Baba's vibhuti pouring forth its sacred stream its play of vibhuti so spacious is its mind grants liberation
Baba's vibhuti is power perfects me Baba's vibhuti is power perfects me Paramam pavitram Baba vibhutim Paramam vichitram Leela vibhutim Paramartha ishtartha moksha pradhanam Baba vibhutim idamashrayan Baba vibhutim idamashrayan Mangalam Gurudevaya Mangalam Jnanadayine Mangalam Partivasaya Mangalam Shri Sathya Saine Mangalam Shri Sathya Saine Mangalam Shri Sathya Sai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Saram all. I hope you enjoyed the bhajan. Such a lovely, vibrant bhajans today. I really enjoyed it. So thank you to all the singers who have put in the hard work. Thank you to all the bhajan coaches. Very well done. And the instrument players. Amazing work. Thank you. I think the Swami's offering was brilliant today. Some few quick announcements. Welcome to Brother Prem, who's visiting us from Aberdeen. I think you were on some trip to Cambridge and he decided to join us today. So welcome him, please. I think a couple of things. Yeah, please welcome him, by the way, before we move on. I think our center has been busy doing some few seva opportunities in last few weeks. So some of you would have participated as well. So we were participating at our Peace Pagoda celebrations, with the Buddhist temple that we support in Milton Keynes. So we had 3 children specifically joining us for that offering for their cultural event. Let us applaud those 3 children from, I think, Prajwal, Harini and Chaturvi. Can we please have a round of applause for those 3 children? Thank you for joining us. And I would like more of our Balvika students can join at those offerings in near future. Some of you would also have done the activity for supporting Midnight Move this weekend. So on Friday night and Saturday morning, a lot of our team members were marshalling the annual event for supporting the Villain Hospice. So can we give a round of applause to all our volunteers, please? Thank you. I think most of us are aware of it. If not, please let this be the last prompt, because next week we have on Saturday a Guru Purnima, regional Guru Purnima celebrations, Saturday 4th of July from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. We will be offering prasadam, not prasadam before, it's serving lunch in the before the event, and we'll be enjoying the event after that. So please join us for the day. And I think on 12th of July, we have Bal Vikas Bhajans, our Bal Vikas graduation ceremony, as well as some fun quiz. So please join us for the day. And now we have a group 3 children offering their learnings in their group 3 assembly today. Thank you. Sister Vani will introduce the assembly now. Okay, yes, thank you. Yes, thanks for reminding. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. Swami loves you, we know. Swami loves you, we know. Swami loves you, we know. Happy birthday to you. Sairam. Any other announcements if I have missed anything? No? Well, we have Group 3 assembly here. Thank you. Please stay and join us for the assembly, please. Thank you.
I offer my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of I offer my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of Swami, and to the Swami present in all of you, Sai Ram. Okay, so it's with deep gratitude to Swami that we offer the Group 3 assembly today. So it's been a challenging year because we've had 3 groups in one. We've had Group 3 Year 1, Group 3 Year 2, and Group 3 Year 3 in one classroom. So we had to integrate the lessons. However, I think they've done really, really well. Okay? And, in keeping with Swami's beautiful message today that human life is so sacred, I think Swami's given us the SSC in order to nurture these children. And the purpose of SSC eventually is for them to recognize the inner divinity within themselves. And I think SSC can be compared to a tree, the growth of a tree, where we have the children, the little ones, come to us as seeds. And we, the SSC teachers, are the gardeners. We're fertilizing them and we're watering them with all the lessons every week. And I think they eventually grow up, and they also have the roots that we give them. What are the roots of a tree? I mean, what are the roots in SSC? Any idea? The 5 human values. And what's the purpose of a root in a tree? Why do trees have roots? Foundation, stability. Yes, darling. Yes, stable, very good. Okay, so with those 5 human values, they grow up to be really strong trees, and eventually they blossom, and eventually they yield fruit. And that fruit is what the world will consume and eventually get transformed. Okay, so I'd like to introduce our first speaker today. So it's Advita. She's going to speak about a topic that has inspired her this year. Okay, and enjoy the rest of them. And let's enjoy the fragrance of these beautiful blossoms this morning. Saira.
Saram everyone. My name is Adrita Patnaik and I am in Group 3, Year 1. And today I'm going to discuss one topic I have learnt this year. This topic really stood out to me and was very inspiring towards my attitude and behaviour. Although there were many topics we covered that suited the key factors I was looking for, the topic I decided to pick is motivation. In case you did not know, motivation is the reason behind our actions. It is the force that helps us start something and continue working towards our goals, even when things become difficult. There are two types of motivation: external motivation and internal motivation. External motivation comes from things outside of us, such as praise from others, rewards, good grades, money, or recognition. However, internal motivation comes from within ourselves. It is when we are driven by our own goals, dreams, values, and desire to improve. In SSC this year, I have learned that true motivation is not just about rewards, but also about having good values, believing in ourselves, and doing the best in everything we do. Sathya Sai Baba taught us that with determination, positive thinking, and love, we can overcome challenges and achieve our goals. What motivates me is having goals and aims I want to achieve. For example, doing well in school, improving my skills, and becoming a better person. I'm also motivated by the people who inspire me, such as my parents, teachers, and friends, who encourage me to keep going and never give up. Sometimes it can be hard to stay motivated, but remembering our goals and the reasons behind them can help us keep going. As Sathya Sai Baba said, start the day with love, fill the day with love, spend the day with love, and end the day with love. This quote reminds us that when we act with love, kindness, and a positive attitude, we can stay motivated and make a positive difference in our own lives and others. To conclude, motivation helps us work hard, face challenges, and achieve our goals, whether it comes from rewards or from our own determination. Motivation is an important part of success and growth. Thank you for listening. Sarah.
Saram everyone. I'm going to be talking about a quote that's very, very special to me. Chant Hari, don't worry. There are certain spiritual teachings that remain relevant regardless of time or circumstance. They speak to a universal human struggle, the tendency to worry. One such teaching is captured in the phrase, chant Hari, don't worry. Rooted in the tradition of remembering the divine, it offers a practical pathway from fear to faith and from anxiety to inner peace. Although this phrase is modern in its wording, its message reflects ancient wisdom. Hari is a name of Lord Vishnu or Krishna and means the remover of distress and illusion. Swami's teachings explain that by remembering and chanting God's name, the mind becomes calmer, clearer, and less controlled by fear. This principle is seen throughout history. A powerful example is the story of Prahalada. Despite facing great danger, he remained peaceful because he constantly remembered Hari. His faith gave him strength and steadiness, even when everything around him seemed uncertain. The same message is expressed in bhajans, such as Govinda Bolo, Hari Gopal Bolo, which encourage devotees to repeat God's name and experience great peace, joy, and divine connection. I have also experienced the value of this teaching personally. Before an important exam, I felt overwhelmed by anxiety and pressure. Remembering the phrase, chant Hari, don't worry, I quietly chanted Swami's name and found that my mind became calmer and more focused. The challenge did not disappear, but my fear of it became much smaller. What makes this quote so powerful is its simplicity. It reminds us that while we cannot always control our circumstances, we can choose how we respond to them. By remembering Hari, we replace worry with trust and replace panic with peace. Ultimately, Chant Hari Don't Worry is more than a quote. It is a way of life. It teaches us that true calmness comes not from controlling every situation, but from keeping Swami at the center of our minds and hearts. Thank you. Jai Saram.
Saram, everyone. One of the most powerful teachings of Sathya Sai Baba is hands that help are holier than lips that pray. To me, this is not just a quote about helping others instead of praying. It is a deep spiritual reminder that true devotion is shown through action in our daily lives. It teaches us that love for God is not only something we express through words or prayer, but something we must live through our behavior, our choices, and how we treat others. Swami often taught the principle of seva, meaning selfless service. He explained that God is present in every human being, and therefore, when we serve others, we are serving God himself. This makes every act of kindness, no matter how small, something sacred when it is done with love and sincerity. When I first heard this quote, I understood it in a simple way, that helping others is more important than praying. But as I reflected more, I realized it carries a much deeper meaning. It is about putting our spiritual values into action and making sure our beliefs are reflected in the way we live every day. In Swami's life, this teaching was clearly demonstrated through his actions. He devoted his life to serving humanity by establishing free hospitals, schools, and water projects, showing that compassion should always be practical and active, not just spoken about. Personally, this quote reminds me that spirituality is not something distant or limited to prayer or places of worship. It is something we can practice in our everyday lives. Even small actions, like helping someone, being kind, or offering support when no one is watching, can become acts of seva when done with love. In everyday life, this message feels very important because it reminds us that every moment gives us an opportunity to serve and to show kindness. These moments may seem small, but together they create a meaningful impact. That is why this teaching continues to inspire me. It reminds us that true spirituality is not found in words alone, but in a life lived through service, compassion, and love. Sairam.
Throughout life, every person seeks companionship, guidance, and unconditional love. Family and friends are important sources of support, but human relationships can change with time and circumstances. However, one companion who remains with us always is God. In the teachings of Swami, God is not distant or unreachable. He's present within everyone, guiding, protecting, and loving us at every stage of our journey. Understanding God as our eternal companion can transform the way we think, act, and respond to life's challenges. An eternal companion is someone who never leaves us, people who may come and go in our lives, but God's presence remains constant. Swami often reminded us that he is with us, around us, above us, below us, and most importantly, within us. This means that no matter where we are or what difficulties we face, we're never truly alone. During times of happiness, God shares our joy, and during moments of sadness or uncertainty, he provides strength and comfort. One of the ways God guides us is through our conscience. Swami taught that the voice of conscience is the voice of God. Whenever we're faced with difficult choices, our conscience helps us distinguish between right and wrong. It encourages us to act with honesty, kindness, and integrity. However, listening to our conscience requires self-awareness and courage, especially when doing the right thing that may not be the easiest option. By following this inner guidance, we strengthen our relationship with God and align ourselves with higher values. The 5 human values I learnt in SSE, truth, right conduct, peace, love, and non-violence, provide a framework for living with God as our companion. Truth encourages us to be honest in our words and actions. Right conduct inspires us to fulfill our responsibilities with sincerity and discipline. Peace helps us maintain calmness even during difficult situations. Love reminds us to care for others without expecting anything in return. While non-violence teaches us to avoid causing harm through our thoughts, words, and actions. When we practice these values, we become more aware of God's presence in our daily lives. Faith is another important aspect of recognizing God as our eternal companion. Faith does not mean we will never encounter problems. Instead, it gives us confidence that God will support us through every experience. There are more moments in life when we may feel disappointed, anxious, or confused. During such times, faith allows us to trust that everything happens for a reason and God is guiding us towards growth and understanding. Swami often encouraged devotees to surrender their worries to God and face challenges with courage and optimism. Prayer and meditation are powerful ways to deepen our connection with God. Just as friendships grow stronger through communication, our relationship with God develops when we regularly turn our thoughts towards Him. Prayer allows us to express gratitude, seek guidance, and ask for strength during difficult times. Meditation helps us quiet the mind and focus on the divine presence within. Through these practices, we begin to realize that God is not separate from us, but is always accompanying us on our life's journey. Thank you, Sarah.
I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest, most loving Swami. Respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. Devotion is the easiest and most effective path, for it is a spiritual discipline of the heart. This quote from Sathya Sai Baba on the 14th of November 1976 highlights why devotion is an important aspect of spiritual progression. And it also helps me to introduce the wing that I have chosen to research and present on, the devotion wing. My primary source of information was of course Swami, but in particular the guidelines he created in the Sri Sathya Sai Operations Manual. This book helped me to source information on the devotion wing and allowed me to gain more knowledge on the role of the spiritual coordinator and how various sessions within the Sai Center should be conducted. Through my research, I began to develop a better understanding on the duty of the devotion wing, and from there, I was able to understand the 3 main aspects that are essentially pillars of devotion. At the core of devotion comes disciplinary actions that should be followed by all members of the organization without question. These include punctuality, so arriving on time to study sessions, Vedam chanting and group bhajans, and starting these activities on the agreed time. Next is going to and participating in bhajan practice regularly. This makes sure that the bhajans are sang at a quality that allows both the singer and the chorus to connect with the Lord. It also allows for coordination with the instrumentalists. Then there's spiritual discipline, which is why we follow practices such as men and women sitting separately during devotional singing and other meetings, or removing footwear before stepping into the bhajan hall. Offering arti, this should be done by all in a similar way to provide consistency. Additionally, the 9-point code of conduct should be practiced by all members as part of their day-to-day life. However, these actions must not be done because one must simply follow rules, Discipline should be born from love, and pure love comes from spirituality. Spirituality comes from the understanding that God is within you and the others around you. By seeing God in others, you'll be able to love and serve purely. Only then will you be able to adhere to disciplinary actions as an offering to the divine. Manava Seva, Madhava Seva. This quote from Swami beautifully illustrates spirituality. It means that any action done in service to others is service to God. And it also follows the principle that serving humanity only becomes divine worship when done selflessly and without ego. Another key aspect of international Sai centers to follow is inclusiveness. To both new members, members of all ages, and members from different religious or ethnic backgrounds. This can be done in a number of ways. Through multi-faith prayers and bhajans, so allowing for an equal balance of worship amongst religions. A person of any religious background should be able to come here and be able to follow with the program. Study circles. These offer knowledge and insight to the community, and the topics of the study circles should be applicable to all members, not favouring one religion over the other. Welcoming, providing support for new members, and helping them understand how the centre operates. This gives a standard level of information and allows for everyone who is coming to a Sai centre for the first time to feel included. And finally, there should be equal opportunity for arti and activities, devising ways so that everyone has a chance to offer the service as they wish. An example of this would be keeping a logbook so that anyone who wants to do arti can put their name down. In my spiritual journey, I've been very fortunate to have been part of these Sai centres, and this involvement has given me a moment to reflect on how these three values are implemented, regardless of the centre. Discipline has undeniably been the heart of each centre, and is the key aspect that allows any centre events and activities to run smoothly. However, the way I've seen this discipline carried out is with so much love. All the members have so much love for Swami and the Sai community. And lastly, there's inclusivity. Now, this is something that changes from centre to centre. All centres have individual and unique ways that they involve each member, and these ways differ depending on the demographic of the members themselves. The custodian of ensuring that the balance across all these three elements of the devotion wing is a centre spiritual coordinator. By ensuring high-quality bhajans and a disciplined Sai centre, the coordinator ensures that every Sai centre behaves as a miniature example of how spiritual activities are conducted in Puttaparthi. This research process has also helped me to pick out that whilst the goal is not to follow exactly what Prashanti Nilayam does, the main aim of our centres is to help provide the same atmosphere and quality of offering as best we can. Overall, as a Balka student, this opportunity to research on how Sai centres are organised, and in particular the devotion wing, has given me a much broader understanding on why we follow particular practices here, and in other Sai centres across the country. But most importantly, reading the operations manual is something that I know will benefit me in my future, should I ever step into an office-bearing or coordinating role in a Sai centre. So, I would like to first and foremost thank Swami, the Balkas team, and Vani Auntie for giving me this chance. I'm incredibly grateful. Thank you for listening. Jai Sai Ram.
Welcome everybody to my presentation on my Group 3A3 project. I've chosen to do the SSE wing, Sathya Sai education. I wanted to explore the depths that our teachers take and go through to focus on our lessons. Sathya Sai education in human values is a system of education that focuses not only on academic learning, but also on developing good character. It is inspired by Sathya Sai Baba and is based on 5 core human values: truth, right conduct, peace, love, and non-violence. The idea is that education should shape both knowledge and personality, helping students become better individuals in everyday life, not just perform well in exams. The type of education is important because it teaches life skills that go beyond academics. In modern society, people often face stress, distraction, and conflict, and academic knowledge alone is not always enough to handle these challenges. Sathya Sai education helps develop strong character, emotional control, and respect for others. It encourages students to make better choices and behave responsibly. Over time, this can lead to a more peaceful and thoughtful society. The key lessons are based on the 5 human values. Truth means being honest in thought, word, and action. Right conduct is doing the correct thing even when no one is watching. Peace means staying calm and balanced, even in difficult situations. Love means caring for others selflessly. Non-violence means avoiding harm in thoughts, words, and actions. 2 important ideas are also taught in the Sealing on Desires lessons and Controlling the Senses. Sealing on Desires means learning to limit unnecessary wants and focusing only on what is truly needed. Controlling the senses means managing impulses like greed, anger, overindulgence, so we can make better decisions in life. In my experience, learning about these values has had a real impact on how I think and behave. It has helped me become more self-aware and disciplined in daily life. I've changed in the sense that I can control my wants more than before, and I focus more on my needs rather than unnecessary desires. It has also helped me think about before acting, especially in situations where I might have reacted emotionally. Overall, it has made me more mindful of my behavior and more balanced in how I approach decisions. As part of my project, I had to undertake a lesson with a younger class, and during our session, we first started with a fun warm-up activity to help everybody feel comfortable, and our lesson was on teamwork. We asked what makes a good friend and how teamwork can be incorporated within that. We then introduced our topic using simple explanations and interactive questions, encouraging the children to think and join in. Then we learnt Swami's night prayer and recited it in groups. After that, the children completed a hands-on activity where they could practice what they had learnt. We also included a short movement break to keep everyone engaged and focused. Next, the children took part in a creative activity, giving them the chance to use their imagination while reinforcing the lesson. They had to draw an image of them helping their friends, and they got a colouring activity. Finally, we finished by sharing our work together and talking about what we had learnt. It was wonderful to see the children participating enthusiastically, working together and building their confidence throughout the session. Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you to all our Group 3 children, and thank you to the Guru, Sister Vani, for guiding them. So another round of applause for our Group 3 children, please. Thank you. Can I request the nursery and Group 1 children to proceed to their lessons along with the teachers, please? Only nursery and Group 1, please. Even I wouldn't recognize all of them. So all the teachers, can you please look out for your children or Group 1 children here? If you are in Sister Ranjita's class, Auntie Ranjita, Auntie Somya's class, and Auntie Pradnya's class, please go out to your classes, please. Can I now request our Group 2 children to move to their classes along with their gurus? And finally, Group 3 children, please proceed to your classes. Thank you, everyone. Sairam.
Sairam, for the adults in the room, if you could kindly, please, if you are helping to tidy up the things, please do so. If not, we would request kindly to exit the hall, so because we've got practices for the play and other things happening here. So thank you for your support. Sairam.